Sunrise Services is committed to providing training and implementation of practice management systems to physician practices regardless of size, specialty, or location. We can be found on the web at sunrise.com or give us a call at 888-880-0384 or send us an email at support@sunrise.com. Today's lesson, Medisoft Patient List and Entry. Go to the List menu, select Patient Guarantors and Cases, and the Patient List opens. The Patient List window displays all the patient guarantor records that have already been entered into the database. This list can be sorted in several ways to help you find the record that you need. The Search For. Enter the value which you want to search for. The program searches based on the item that you have selected in the field. The field, as you can see, can be chart number, social security, last name with chart number, assigned provider, etc. In this case, we're just going to use the chart number. These are the locate icons. Click an icon to do a more comprehensive search. When you click on it, the locate window opens. Patient case. You can choose patient to have the patient buttons available at the bottom of the screen, or you can choose case to have the case buttons available at the bottom of the screen. Here's the patient selection. The left side of the window lists all the patients in the system. This is the case selection, which is the right side of the window, lists all the cases for the selected patient. Edit patient. Once you have a patient selected, click on Edit Patient, and that patient's information will be displayed. New Patient button. Left-click the New Patient button to create a new patient. Delete Patient button. Click this button to delete the selected patient. Now, if you have the Case button selected, left-click on Edit Case to edit the case. Left-click on New Case to create a new one, Delete to delete a case, or you can copy the case. The Print Grid button allows you to print the grid. The Quick Entry button launches the Patient Quick Entry feature. Closes to close the window. Patient Guarantor Entry. The Patient Entry window contains basic demographic and patient identification information as well as contact information. It also displays any custom tabs created through the Custom Patient Designer. Please take note that when you edit a record, the only field you cannot change is the chart number. The Save button. Click this button to save the changes to the record. The Cancel button. Click this button to exit the window and not save changes. The Help will get you to the Help screen. The Set Default. Well, if you click this, you're going to set the information in the window as the default for all new patients. If you accidentally set the incorrect information as the default, hold the Control key down and this button becomes Remove Default. The Copy Address button. Click this button to copy address information from one patient to another. The Appointment button. Click this button to view the patient's appointments. The Name Address tab. The chart number field is the only field you cannot edit. If you leave the chart number field blank and fill out the patient information, the program will automatically assign a unique chart number. Inactive. Click the Inactive box to deactivate the patient's record. For the demographic information, enter the patient's name, address, email address, and phone numbers. For birth date, sex, social security number, enter the patient's information in the fields assigned. For newborns, if you're in that field, enter the birth weight. The units field is to specify the unit of measurement used in birth weight field. Select grams or pounds. In the Entity Type selection box, choose person or non-person to indicate the patient's entity type. For example, if the patient is a company, choose non-person. If the patient is an individual, choose person. The Other Information tab. The type, select either patient or guarantor. If he or she is both, select patient. In the Assigned Provider selection box, select an assigned provider. This does not mean only one provider can render service, but one is assigned only as the primary provider. Patient ID number 2. If you use a second identification method, like Social Security number, or want to enter anything that uniquely identifies that patient, use the Patient ID Number 2 field. This is not a required data field. The Patient Billing Code. You'll want to establish a billing code to help in sorting patients for whatever reason you might need to sort the patients. You set up the billing code in the Billing Code List window. Then select the code you want in the Patient's Billing Code field in this window. Patient Indicator field. You want to use this field as an additional sorting tool for patient records. This code is user-defined. The Flag field connects to the Color Coding tab of Program Options. Color code patient records to alert you to the various situations when patient records are accessed. Only one flag can be assigned to the patient record. The Healthcare ID field is provided to help your practice meet HIPAA compliance. At this time, it's not used. The Signature on File signature date indicates whether the patient has filed a signature with the insurance company so that every claim form does not have to be signed. If the box is checked, enter the date on which the signature was obtained in the Signature Date field. In the Emergency Contact field, enter the name and phone numbers of the patient's emergency contact person. Under the default employment information for new cases, you have employer status, work phone location, and retirement date. For the employer, click the drop-down arrow. For the status, click the Status drop-down arrow. Insert the work phone and extension. Location is generally identifying the location of the patient's employment, such as a building or a suite number. The retirement date applies only if that patient is already retired. Never anticipate a future date. To enter a date, type in the retirement date field or click the down arrow and the calendar will be populated. The Payment Plan tab. If the selected patient's account is in collection and a payment plan has been created, this tab is where you attach the payment plan to the patient record. In the Payment Code field, click the down arrow to select a payment plan. Click the down arrow in the Payment Code selection box to select a payment plan. Once you select a plan, the remaining fields in this tab display the particulars of the plan you have chosen. The program tracks the scheduled date for the next payment and the amount to be applied. If the patient follows the payment plan, the account is excluded from any collection letters that may be prepared. If the patient does not follow the plan, the account will be included in any collection letters that might be prepared. If the payment plan assigned to the patient is deleted, the monetary value is blanked out in the Patient Guarantor window, Payment Plan tab. When you click Save, all the deleted payment plan information is removed. After you have filled in the information for these four tabs, i.e. the name and address, the Other Information tab, the Payment Plan tab, and any customization tab you may have, click on Save to save the information. Thank you for allowing Sunrise Services to be a member of your team. Stay tuned for more exciting Sunrise Services Medisoft practice management software training videos.